They want you to think she's just a VTuber. A chaotic little gremlin with no regard for physics or personal safety. But what if I told you, Filian, she's an SCP, and the government's been hiding her in plain sight? SCP-FLN, also known as Filian, exhibits extreme agility, reality-defying resilience, and complete disregard for human limitations. You may try to argue that this is all just normal VR chat physics, but no, trust me when I say these anomalies are outside the realm of what's possible in the VR chat game engine. I have it on good authority that everything we're seeing is real life. In 2017, an undisclosed research funded by the US government began working on an experiment to create the perfect AI-driven NPC to make an entity indistinguishable from a human. VR chat was just the testing ground, the perfect simulation for a digital consciousness. But something went horribly wrong.
You've got to understand, this started as a harmless research project. It was meant to advance AI-driven NPCs. Even the government saw potential. We got DARPA funding. We were trying to perfect behavior modeling, realistic AI simulations. Then someone suggested a full cognitive transfer, and that's where things went south. The directive of the Filian project was to upload a human consciousness into VRChat's framework, creating an NPC indistinguishable from a human. The person we chose as a subject for this was perfect. She fit the parameters perfectly. The perfect test case. And at first, the transfer seemed successful. Filian's integration into the framework was flawless. And then we started noticing some things. She was rewriting the entire code that we had based her off of. Not just adapting, but taking over. Every restriction we placed, she ignored. Every safeguard was bypassed. The system, it couldn't contain her anymore. One day she was just gone. No deletion in the code, no trace that she was even ever there. She was just missing. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be talking about this. This is too much. I need to go.
Where the government failed to contain her, they made up for in stabilization technology, and that's where the Welch's fruit snacks come in. Filian don't just like Welch's fruit snacks, she believes she needs them to stay alive. But that belief, it ain't hers. It's part of the last remaining string of code from her original containment. The fruit snacks ain't sustenance, they're the last safeguard keeping her locked into her VTuber form. Even though she exists in the real world now, this single piece of implanted code forces her to believe that without them, she'll collapse. Her aggressive nature regarding these fruit snacks is an alarming byproduct, but is still vastly preferred to the alternative reality. Without them, she wouldn't die as she believes. She'd be free, and reality itself wouldn't be safe no more. If containment breaks completely, we don't exactly know what will happen. Some theorists say she'd begin rewriting matter like she rewrote the code. Others suggest time itself would fracture, creating a recursive loop of chaos that can't be undone. But the government? They don't ask questions. They don't run experiments. They just make sure the snacks keep on a-coming, because they know the risks. And the final piece, why let her stream? Why let her be public at all? Well, since she's already roaming the world as a real entity, they needed an easy way to cover up the situation. They couldn't just erase her, so they made her famous instead. Mythic talent, Twitch sponsorships, all designed to control the narrative and keep folks from ever questioning. Make her popular enough and folks will just accept her as a well-orchestrated VR chat effect and CGI. Let the masses hide her for us. That's the government's plan. Filian ain't just a VTuber, she's the first consciousness to escape into reality, and the government? Well, they're just watching us, watching her.